MVJ.
Hello out there, and welcome to the 114th edition of the Michael vs. Jason Horrorcast, where we love to bicker, argue, and debate all things horror, especially one movie chosen at the end of each episode. So stay tuned for that. MegaCon here in Orlando. What'd you guys think?
Boom. It was awesome. Had a blast. I mean, we met so many awesome people. Just the cosplays that were there, the vendors that were set up, the autograph stations. It was packed. I mean, there's a lot of people there, a lot of people having a great time. It was a great experience.
You know, I'm going to do a little bragging here. I think we're all kind of bragging on this one. I got to meet Sam Raimi.
I mean,
Yeah, I got to take a picture of Sam Raimi.
that was
we
We
all
got
got
to
to
shake his hand. We got to shake his
Sam
hand.
Raimi's hand, the man, the myth.
That was kind of cool, and you feel bad because Sam Raimi's number one question is, "You a Spider-Man fan?" And it's
Yeah.
like, no, we actually like.
And then we embarrassed him because we were like, no, we just watched Intruder. And he goes, oh, my God, that's still out there?
Yeah, how and where so I can get this off immediately.
I need to get that deleted.
It's a good movie, though. I mean, it was him and his brother that actually starred in it and did it together. So I thought that was, it was kind of like a little bit an ode to him yesterday when we brought that up. I think that kind of shows, like, I think that's like a lot of the things, like a lot of these actors, directors, things like that, like to see from the fans that come to these shows, are like talking about things that they would never in a million years think they were going to talk about, like Intruder. But yeah, meeting Sam Raimi was absolutely awesome. Like, I shook his hand twice. I'm just going to throw that out there. Sam Raimi, if you're listening to our podcast right now, it was a pleasure meeting you, sir.
If he's listening, that's would be more amazing than what you did after you shook his hand, which is where you smelled your hand for the next 10 minutes. I thought that was weird, but
I don't think he still washed it.
Yeah, probably not.
I haven't taken a shower yet.
No, that's like a usual though. I will tell you, Sam Raimi was awesome, but I think we can all agree.
Highlight of the weekend. Highlight of the show.
What Anthony Michael Hall.
God
Yeah.
bless that man.
I mean, so a lot of people might know him from, obviously, he was kind of like a king of the 80s, Weird Science, The Breakfast Club,
16 Candles.
16 Candles, you name a John Hughes film, he was in it. A lot of stuff, but, more recently, Vacation too, right? He was in...
The first
Yeah,
one, yep.
he was in the
National
first
Lampoon's
vacation. Yeah.
because they had a whole reunion there as well with Chevy Chase and Christy Brinkley and all that. But most people know him recently from Halloween Kills, and I was blown away
dies
how
tonight.
yeah, which that's how he signs his autograph. Well, we asked him to, but he and we've discussed this, but he took me back because he was asking us question after question. He was very personable, intuitive. He was awesome.
He was asking us our rankings. We were talking about the podcast. He was, you talk to a lot of people in these conventions, and I've been to several, and they see a lot of people, and they're talking to you, and it's semi-fake, and they're semi-interested. That dude felt genuine, and he felt like he was interested in what we were saying. Like,
Absolutely.
like, what do you think about Halloween Ends? Yeah, that was bullshit. We had a bromance going on. It was great.
And there was a line that was forming behind it. It's not like he was just free, because sometimes at these shows they're free for a minute, and they're more than happy. A lot of times they're more than happy to talk to you. There are some that are like, yeah, get out of my space. But I will tell you, if you're ever at now this was MegaCon, so it's not just a horror convention; it was everything. But if you're ever at a convention, and you see Anthony Michael Hall. I mean, go support this guy. I mean, he was so generous with his time. I was just, once again, I'm just blown away, and it's something 2 years from now, 3 years from now, I will remember. So,
And on top of that, and on top of that too, one of the first things he said to Mike and I, he looks and goes, "You guys got to be brothers." And I was just like, that was just how it started. And
No, so the funny thing is, he didn't quite say that. He looked at the three of us and said, two of you have got to be brothers. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I'm about a foot taller than these two, so it's not, it's not me. He goes, oh yeah, those two are brothers.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was definitely a highlight. I mean, we met a lot of great other people. The whole Scream cast was there from the original Scream. So you had Nev Campbell, Jamie
Ulrich.
Kennedy, Skeet Ulrich, and Matthew Lillard, which we obviously were not able to meet.
You couldn't even get close.
Couldn't even
to
get
them.
close to them.
And not in the original. Well, it was Scream 2. I think he was in. Henry Winkler was there as well.
Yes. No,
and
he was in Scream 1.
Was it 1 that he dies? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was
He was
one.
also in the. He was also in the horror movie Little Nicky. You know, that's a horror movie, right?
It's
That is not a horror movie. But anyway,
There's
no,
demons and monsters. What are you talking about?
Henry
it has
Winkler
elements. It has elements.
was
It
in.
has elements.
He was the principal in Scream 1.
Okay.
So technically there were 5 people there from.
Well, he did the photo shoot with them. When they did the Screamcast shoot, Henry Winkler was in that photo.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
just thought it was the 4 of them.
Yeah, that's why the pricing. I mean, between like who was in that photo and then Henry Winkler joining it, and made that photo was like $500 or something to get. It was crazy. And then you had the Cobra Kai cast there, which was great. I got to well, actually, Kirk and I both got the luxury of taking a picture and getting autographed with Mr. Danielson himself, Ralph Macchio, which he was very personable as well and very funny. And
He had a line. So, like, to my point before, like, he was very nice to talk to, but he had a line, like, person after person after person after person. And he'd probably been doing that since Thursday, and we were there Sunday. Anthony Michael Hall felt like he could come hang out with us on the podcast. Like, it was a different feel, but Ralph Macchio was great. Like,
Yep, and
no problems at all. He was very, very nice, very easy to talk to.
fist pumping and things like that. But yeah, it's really cool. And then we each also got Martin Cove, Sensei from, for
No Mercy.
No Mercy. Yeah. Kirk at least got No Mercy on his autograph. I got Sweep the Leg, so I was really happy with that. But it was cool.
I don't think either.
Really cool.
I don't think either's wrong.
That's what I'm saying. I'm happy with both. But for a 77-year-old man, I'll tell you what, that dude had a hand squeeze from hell. Holy shit, my hand still hurts.
Sure
But,
did.
like-
And he was autographing. He wrote down the whole side of the picture I have.
Yeah.
And I was looking through some of the other celebrities, Charlie Hunnam. If you wanted a little message on top of the autograph, you had to pay an extra $60. And all these other people it's part of their brand. They just did it. And it was great.
Yeah.
Anthony Michael Hall was like, what should I write? Oh, you're Halloween fans. It's got to be, Evil Dies. He was just so excited to talk to us. I just keep going back to it, but it was so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, there was some fun. So we had
So excited.
Knocking things off the desk.
Mark Paul Gosselaar was there. Zach Morris, which that was my childhood. We had
Crush.
John
no
Cleese?
Tiffany Amber Thiessen was my childhood crush. But yes, John Cleese,
Christy
from the
Brinkley.
famous Christy Brinkley with Chevy Chase, Rosario Dawson, Giancarlo Esposito, which I'm a huge fan of. Listen, if you're a
Jeez.
Breaking Bad fan, Gustavo Fring, yes, he was
Vincent
there.
D'Onofrio is there. Then you had
Carl
Dana
Weathers.
Barron as well. Carl Weathers, yeah. And then the one that I was really upset that I missed out on of everyone that was there, believe it or not. Well, Christina Ricci was supposed to be there, and she dropped
Ricci.
Richie.
out. Ricci, whatever. And then
He's not a fan.
And then William Zabka was there, who plays Johnny Lawrence in the Karate Kid movies and Cobra Kai. And that was like one of my number ones that I wanted to get an autograph with. And I was like 2 away, and he had to catch a plane.
You got
But
a
at least
group
got a selfie. I got a group selfie with him. He was really cool. He came out. I was like, listen, everyone, I apologize. I'm going to be late for my flight. But hey, everyone, let's get together real quick, take some selfies with me and whatever. And he was really cool about it. So it was a good experience yesterday. I had a blast.
Yeah, you got a group selfie and a hand job. It was pretty cool.
So something I want to brag about too. So I scored another autograph I'm really excited about. Got me a John Carpenter autograph.
Yeah.
Come on.
He was
Like,
not there, but
He was not there.
You
It
bought
was one of the
yes.
booths. I did purchase it. He doesn't go to many of these cons, so it's tough autograph to get. And it's a tough meet, and
Yeah.
it was the right price. And it's John Carpenter. It's
It's a
A-list to
huge
me.
score.
I was
Huge.
jealous. But
I'm
while-
jealous of yours too.
But while Kirk was buying his John Carpenter one, I got a Tom Savini. And by the way, they did come with the authentication, so they were definitely authenticated. So
I don't
they're
think anybody was questioning you. Did you get a sense of nervousness that the podcast people were like,
Like,
that autograph
did you call
is
them
bullshit.
podcast people? There are listeners, Kirk. Or are we the podcast people? I don't.
Good question.
Yeah,
I don't have
that
a good
is-
answer for you.
Yeah.
We were probably judging Jason. Don't get me wrong. That's common.
Well,
Shocker.
Kirk and I laughed when the owner of the booth went behind and he signed something, and then he walked out and said, "Here, I got a Tom Savini for you." So
Yeah. What do you want to sign next? Yeah, I got
yeah,
it back.
that's
Don't worry
fine.
about
Hey,
it.
I got this authenticity thing. I'll sign that for you as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we know that's not true because you weren't even with us.
I was not. I was wandering looking for you wanted Garbage Pail Kids for whatever reason, and I'm
Oh, we found
walking
them.
around.
Yeah, we found them.
I never found them, nor did I find you guys ever again until.
But they were
we
charging like
went to the
$150 for 32, and I was like, nah. If it was
32
$150, 32
packs?
cards.
32 cards. It was a
32
it was a decent sized box, but it wasn't packs in there. It was like singular cards.
If it was 150 for the entire set, it would have been. I would have dropped it.
Wow.
I'll say so. I can only speak for myself. This was only my second con that I've ever been to. So
Me too.
Last year's Spookala we went to, which is specifically just a horror convention in Ocala, Florida. I'm looking forward to going back to that this year. But this one was my first, I guess, mega convention, as
Like a
it says in the
Comic-Con
name. Yeah,
type
it
thing.
was. It was huge. They had panels. Unfortunately, we didn't get to some of it, but I'm a fan of these things. If you know, I know you guys give me shit because I'm not the person that goes up and wants to stand in everybody's line and get autographs, but I get to meet them anyway. But I like going.
You're a mooch.
He
I-
mooches
listen-
off mine and Jason's hard-earned money and gets to shake all the hands, kiss all the babies. It's bad.
So what I like to say
Mooch.
is I'm smart, is what you're saying, which I appreciate that. But I like going and just seeing everybody dressed up in costume
Oh,
and the
it's
different
awesome.
booths. And
There's a lot of Ash Williams. Did you notice that too? There's a lot of
Yes.
Spider-Man, but there was a lot of Ash from Army of
well,
Darkness.
yeah,
Evil
based
Dead.
off of who's there, you're going
Right.
to see more.
There was a lot of
you
ghost
know.
faces. There was a ton Cobra Kai. I mean, shit. Even I had my Cobra Kai shirt on. So
Yep. I mean, the driving force for us going, I saw MegaCon come out quite a while ago, and I brought it up to you, Mike, and I saw Sam Raimi's name pop in. I'm like, that's it. I'm going. Anybody want to come with me? And then as the months kind of went past, the names just started flying in, and we just got so excited about going. So it was a blast. It started off with Sam Raimi. I got my Raimi. I got my picture. Got him to autograph that picture. It was a blast. It was fun. Got my John Carpenter, which I never ever thought I would ever be able to have a chance to get.
Yeah, we won't talk price, but that price on both those, the Savini and the Carpenter, were steals. So,
Yeah, it
steals.
was a bad.
Absolute
it was bad.
steals. Yeah.
But,
Perfect.
But yeah, I anything else from the convention you want to talk about?
There was just a ton of really cool creators there. Artwork. Frank Miller was there the day before. I was half tempted to try to go Saturday, but talking to the people in the line, Saturday was a nightmare.
I mean, Sunday was a nightmare. I can only imagine what Saturday
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Yeah.
The first day and the last day, the crowds are half what they usually are. The middle, but yeah, it's one of those things that it was a blast. There was a ton of people, a ton of creators. There was a couple haunted houses we didn't get a chance to walk through. It just they did a really nice job. Orlando obviously is used to this type of stuff, so it was great.
And if you look in your email, you do have
A survey.
tickets to 2024 in there by now.
Free tickets.
At least I got my email. So
Or they're trying to get us to purchase tickets.
No, they're trying to get us to purchase a year in advance, no names, and they're like, "Listen, you can cancel 14 days before the show." And I'm like, "You think I'm gonna go through all the hassle of like doing all this stuff? No, I'll just wait."
The thing is, like, I loved going this weekend. Is it a repeat visit? I think it depends on the panels.
Yeah.
I want to see other cons. I want to see how other conventions are run. Spookala was great because it's all horror, and that's one I can kind of keep going back to. MegaCon was great. It's just a lot of it wasn't my jam, which horror is my jam. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I like
Nope,
it.
I agree. I agree.
thank you so much for watching. That was just a short portion of our weekly podcast. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, as it helps us big time as a small creator. Also, we have so much more on our channel, so please check that out, and thank you again.